I can't think of anything more valuable than getting more time back for ourselves. And one of the best ways to do this is by outsourcing things in your life or in your business to other people. And today, in this video, I'm going to be talking about how you can do that for just $3 to $6 or so per hour. And if that sounds outrageous and too good to be true, I promise if you watch through this video, you will understand not only how it's possible, but how you can literally get started doing this for yourself, for your life, or for your business. And let's just get the YouTube algorithm stuff out of the way. Smash the like button, drop comments on this video, and subscribe to this channel if you have not already. So unless you're some kind of superhuman, probably one of the things you struggle with most in your life, I know that I do, I know that pretty much everybody I talk to also would agree with this. You struggle with your time. You struggle with how much you can actually get done and how to have time left over for yourself to do the things that you really want. And as a business owner, or really just an owner of your life, an owner of your time, you have to eventually get to a point where you are getting some things off your plate. You are delegating some things to other people. And what better way to start doing that than by finding people that you can pay just $3 to $6 per hour? Because obviously it sounds amazing that if we just had a bunch of people and a team and these amazing people at our disposal that we could accomplish anything and just have these otherworldly powers available to us, but it's kind of possible in this other way. And what I'm talking about, I'll get to the point, is VAs, or virtual assistants. And what a VA is, what a virtual assistant is an employee that works for you remotely. This could be from absolutely anywhere in the world. We'll be talking about pretty much one place in particular, which has a lot of specific benefits, but that is what it is. It is an employee that can work for you remotely and can do tasks that don't just depend on your physical geography, which is most of them in the modern internet world that we're finding ourselves living in. So a VA really could do anything for you. A VA is a human being on the other end, and you need to realize that. And everybody has their own sets of skills. Everyone has their own sets of what they enjoy doing and different backgrounds and all of that. And you can potentially find somebody with the skills that complement what you need help with. So a lot of the places that you might start with outsourcing are kind of just mundane tasks, say customer service, replying to emails, organizing your own personal emails, doing little tasks like responding or contacting people on your behalf, personal assistant type of tasks. Those are a lot of the places that people might start. But it could get way more complicated than that too, and way more high powered, meaning maybe you hire somebody that has a specific skill that you need for your business, like video editing on this video, for example. Obviously, the rates are going to vary, but realize that the skills are really just dependent on the person on the other end and how you find them and what you're willing to pay them. And part of why this is possible to do so cheaply and so effectively comes down to hiring people from the Philippines. And I'm going to talk specifically on why the pros and cons of the Philippines in particular. So the first and obvious difference is the difference in wages. So in the US, everything is so expensive and we need to make a lot of money just to live. And in the Philippines, everything is a lot cheaper. Food is a lot cheaper. Housing is a lot cheaper. Everything is a lot cheaper, and wages are a lot lower in balance with those living expenses. And that is where this beautiful arbitrage comes from, because we in the US or in any country really can hire from places where the wages are lower. Now, myself and most people have particularly good experiences with the Philippines for a variety of other reasons, including they're very, very good at English. They're very loyal and humble and hardworking and just genuinely good people to work with. And that definitely plays into this. Pretty much the only downside that comes to mind with working with people in the Philippines is that there's a lot of weather and weird circumstances that can lead to internet going down or power going out. And sometimes that can lead to some unreliability, but it's almost never the person's fault. It's just these circumstances out of their control. But it is still, in my experience, the best place to hire remotely from because of the arbitrage and the quality that you can get for that price. Before I go deeper into this, I know one of the concerns that's already popping up in your head is, isn't this unfair? Isn't this not okay to be paying people $3 an hour, $4 an hour, $6 an hour, $2.20 per hour? Like, isn't this messed up? And in my own experience with working with people in the Philippines and with working with a lot of people who hire from the Philippines, that is not the case to the best of my knowledge. To the best of my knowledge, from everything that I've seen, you have to realize that this is a good alternative for the person on the other end, because they are, in a way, achieving the same thing that we are, which is being able to work from home, being able to spend more time with their families, being able to have a more flexible schedule, not being stuck in a commute, working for a more personal, entrepreneurial type of thing rather than a corporate, stuck up, uncomfortable environment. And we are creating a pretty amazing work environment for our VAs in the Philippines. So while these wages seem unfairly crazy to us in the US, they're on par with what somebody in the Philippines might have been making at a job with terrible conditions that they were commuting to, that they hated, and replace that for something with no commute, work from home, all of that, and hopefully something that they can love. And you're creating something really impactful for the quality of their life, not just an income, but an actual improvement in their job circumstances. So what does my VA actually do for me? My main VA, his name is Francis. He's been working for me for over 3 years now, which is crazy. And when we first started together, it looked totally different. I never thought it would evolve and become such a friendship and amazing just person to work with over all of this time. But so when I started with Francis, he was only working on my Amazon business. So doing customer service, responding to messages, responding to negative reviews, sending replacements to customers, updating, listing information, editing photos. And this was a big reason that I hired Francis in particular, was because he had experience with photo and graphic design, so he could help with logos and box designs and even taking photos and editing photos. So it was all around just a perfect fit for what I needed on Amazon at the time. And he still has his hands in those things, but he has evolved to be a great video editor. So if you've ever been remotely impressed with my YouTube videos, that is pretty much 99% of the credit should really go to Francis, and 1% of the credit should go to me babbling to a camera on a tripod and then uploading footage to Google Drive, and then Francis does his magic. So a large part of what he does for me now is creative, which is great because that's what he wants to be doing more so than, customer service types of things. So it's largely video editing. It's whenever I need a logo or some kind of graphic design made or anything visual is pretty much he's in charge of. And this will also extend to, for example, I'm starting a podcast very soon. So he'll be going through all of that footage and editing it and processing the audio and getting the video ready and chunking it into clips for different platforms, and all of that stuff is what he is very good at. And it's also great to have somebody like that just for personal random stuff. For example, I'm obsessed with cars, Porsches in particular. And sometimes I'll just be like, hey, can you Photoshop this car to look like this and this and this? Because I just want to see what it looks like. And he'll just spit that out. Or I'll be like, can you make a meme that has this text in it? Because I really need to send it to my friend right now or whatever. And he'll just do these random little tasks. And that is something I want to touch on, is just, there's so much potential with VAs that I haven't tapped into either, which is using them in your personal life, using people. It's weird to say VAs and them and all of this is it's just people. It's just utilizing resources to, get things done and get things structured in the way that you dream of. So how do you actually find virtual assistants for yourself? For me, the resource that has been the most useful to me, and I am very comfortable in recommending it because I've had great experience with it, is a resource called Online Jobs. And I will put a link in the description. It is an affiliate link, but I genuinely believe in this service. This is where I found Francis, who I've just spoken so highly of. This is legit. It's not a paid video or anything like that, though if you do use the affiliate link, I will get a small cut, which is cool if you want to use it. There are other ways to find VAs, but I find Online Jobs is really good for finding these long-term employees, not just one-off tasks, but people who can be on your team and really get to know them. Like I said, it's been over 3 years, which is amazing. And so the reason I like online jobs is that once you get in there, what you can do is put up a job description. And you can write up exactly what you're looking for, exactly what you need, and have applicants come to you as if you were posting a job listing on any other site that you might already be familiar with. But this is really useful because you can just imagine exactly what you need and write up a description, and then get applicants and sift through who is the most qualified. And then of course go through some kind of interview, chat with the people that you think have potential, and weed it down to hopefully the one that is who you're looking for. And this part of the process brings up one of the biggest mistakes that anybody makes with VAs, is expecting them to be magic, thinking, oh, I have no idea how to market my business. I'm just gonna hire a marketing VA and pay them $2 an hour and make $1 billion. And that's not how it works, unfortunately. If it does, let me know where I can hire that VA. I'll pay them $3 an hour instead of $2 an hour. Not really. But what I mean is you can't just expect them to know what to do if you don't know what they should do. So realize that you are still the one steering the ship, and that you are the one that needs to come up with the guidelines and the systems and the day-to-day of what they're doing. Say you want them to build your Instagram. Well, you need to come up with the Instagram strategy and then tell them exactly what to do. Find photos like this, create photos like this, post them at these times, use these types of hashtags, engage with these types of accounts. You can't just be like, grow Instagram. You have to tell them what to do. And as far as actually picking the right one, I'm a little intuitive with it. I don't have an exact process, exact list of questions that I always go through. But something that's really important to me is the willingness to learn. So this is something that I always ask, which is, are you trying to get better at your craft? Can I pay you on the clock to learn? For example, with Francis in editing videos, he has probably watched 100 hours of videos about how to make better videos. And that is why my channel has hopefully gotten a little bit better over the years, maybe. So once you've sorted through your pool of applicants and you've hopefully hired your first employee, you need to train them. I touched on this. Nobody is magic. Nobody can know what to do. So you need to walk this person through. Imagine your first day on your first job and you having no idea what to do. And this is probably the hardest part of being an employer, is I don't always know what to tell somebody to do. And so you have to figure that out, and you have to think about it, and you have to realize that they don't know this. Nobody knows what you want except you. So you have to figure that out and then train them, very clear exactly what you want. Get on video, record some videos, type up some documents of exactly how you want things done. And one of the biggest fears that people have with hiring a VA is, how do you protect yourself? How do you make sure that this VA doesn't have access to your Amazon seller account or your bank account and just wipe you out and disappear? And this fear makes sense, but it's largely not a real issue. For example, I'll give an Amazon example. When you are giving somebody access to your Amazon account, you can go to user permissions and set up exactly where this person will have access, limited access. It's like a sub account under an account. And this exists on your credit cards. This exists on your bank accounts. If you're giving access to your accountant, most services are built for teams, and they're not built to just give everybody, administrative access to where they can change your bank accounts or something like that. You can absolutely set up all of this stuff in a very protectable way. There's also a couple unexpected perks of having a VA, which one of them is that it makes your operation bigger than just you. And all of a sudden you're kind of accountable to this employee of yours also. And they expect you to give them work, and they expect you to have something for them, and they expect you to keep moving forward. And also with the arbitrage, with the price discrepancy, another perk is that it's amazing how much impact you can make in somebody's life. For example, if for Christmas you give a $500 bonus or something, not that that's small in the US, but that is majorly impactful if your salary is relatively lower. And so because of that, it can be really rewarding to go above and beyond sometimes and give a little bit extra, and it's just really rewarding for both sides. It's such a win-win. And you can also make friends with your virtual assistant. I definitely didn't see that coming, but thank you, Francis, and thank you for editing this video also. Hopefully this helped open your mind to the possibilities of hiring a virtual assistant. I have a couple questions for you, so don't go anywhere yet, but I want to know, does anybody know somebody that has used a VA in their 9-to-5 job. I want to have somebody on the channel that has done this because I think it's a fascinating concept. Using virtual assistants in the Philippines for $3 an hour to do your job for your salary to free up time for your entrepreneurial venture. I want to interview or talk to somebody that has done that. So if anybody knows somebody, let me know. And also, what other questions or video ideas about virtual assistants do you have for me? I like this topic a lot. I'd like to talk about it more. So let me know in the comments what you want to see more of. If you're looking to hire a virtual assistant, definitely check out Online Jobs. Use that affiliate link if you want to, support what I'm doing a bit and throw a couple bucks my way. I would appreciate that. But I just genuinely think it's a good resource to look at if you are looking to get a VA. And I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please do smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. You can also follow me on Instagram at Matt Loberstein. And thank you for watching. See ya.